It was a Tuesday morning in Willow Creek, the kind of place where the hum of lawnmowers and the chatter of sparrows are the loudest things you'd hear. The neighborhood was all neat hedges and brick houses, with retirees fussing over roses and kids biking down cul-de-sacs. Nothing ever happened here, not really. But on this day, at the corner of Maplewood Drive and Cedar Lane, something did. Something that would shake this quiet suburb to its core and echo far beyond its picket fences. Lucas Bennett was 14, a skinny kid with a quick laugh and a knack for tech. He used a wheelchair, not because he wanted pity, but because it was his way to roll through the world. He'd been running a little YouTube channel, posting videos about gadgets for kids like him, joysticks, apps, stuff that made life easier. His voice, warm and a little sarcastic, floated through the open window of his family's one-story house as he filmed his latest reviewed. If you're using this new motion tech joystick, recalibrate it after updates, he said, chuckling when his chair nudged the edge of the new ramp his Uncle Mike had built. Trust me, these updates are dumber than my math homework. That ramp was everything. Pale gray, sanded smooth, bolted tight to the porch. It wasn't just wood and metal. It was freedom. Lucas could come and go without being carried, without feeling like he was made of glass. Uncle Mike had spent 2 weekends cursing at crooked boards to get it right, and Lucas had picked the color himself. It was his road to the world, and he loved it. Inside, Aunt Sarah was folding laundry, half listening to the radio, peeking out to make sure Lucas didn't roll too close to the porch's edge. Outside, the ramp gleamed in the late morning sun. Then, at 10:43 a.m., a white pickup truck pulled up. No logos, no city seals, just an unlit amber beacon on the dash. 2 men stepped out, both in their 40s, both looking like they were playing dress-up in a bad cop movie. The first, short and stocky with a faded army tattoo, wore a black tactical vest that read Community Safety Liaison. A walkie-talkie buzzed on his hip, though no one answered. The second was taller, balding, with a VY8er sunglasses and a smirk that screamed trouble. His vest was crisp, the letters gleaming like he'd ironed them that morning. They walked toward the ramp like it was a crime scene. Lucas noticed and rolled back an inch, glancing at the door. "Excuse me?" the stocky one barked, his voice sharp but fake polite. "This structure is not approved." Lucas blinked. "What?" Aunt Sarah stepped outside, dish towel in hand. "Who are you?" The tall one flashed his vest. "Community Safety Liaison, DVY Sound 2. HOA Compliance Sweep." Sarah squinted. "We don't have an HOA." The tall one pulled out a clipboard with a chart that looked like it was made in a hurry. "This property is under the Maplewood Cedar Community Code District, subsection 3, code 6B19. Non-standard modifications." "That sounds like nonsense," Lucas muttered, raising his phone. His hand shook, but his voice didn't. "I can record on my own property." The tall one ignored him, droning on about VY Sewell flow obstruction and sloped a VY-ation from aesthetic norms. Lucas scoffed. "That's not real." The stocky one stepped onto the ramp, boots thudding. Lucas jerked his joystick back. "Vacate the VYC," the man snapped, closing in. "For inspection." "No," Sarah said, stepping between them. "Back off." The man shoved past her. "He's resisting." Then it happened fast, brutal, like a scene from a nightmare. The man grabbed Lucas's chair, yanked it backward. The wheels lifted, the chair tipped, and Lucas crashed onto the porch. Pain shot through his arm, his knee twisted, his phone skidded across the wood, but it kept recording. Blood smeared the deck. Sarah screamed, dropping to her knees. Lucas's face was pale, his eyes blazing through the pain. "You're obstructing official duties," the man said, cold as ice. "Protocol enforcement." Uncle Mike burst out of the house, fists clenched, a storm of rage. The men saw it, sensed the line they'd crossed not in law, but in decency. They bolted to their truck, tires screeching as they fled. Lucas, still on the ground, gripped the ramp's edge, his phone still capturing every second. At the ER, Lucas didn't cry. Not when the doctor prodded his dislocated shoulder, not when they x-rayed his bruised ribs. He just stared at his phone. "It got everything," he whispered. Sarah was sobbing, Mike pacing like a cage bear. "We're pressing charges," Mike growled. Lucas shook his head, voice steady. No, we're uploading it. The 12-minute drive to St. Mary's felt like forever. Lucas lay across the back seat, teeth gritted, arm cradled. I sat up front, holding his phone, watching the VY Deo once. The shove, the thud, Lucas's scream it made my stomach churn. Those words, protocol enforcement, sounded like dystopian garbage. This was our porch, our home. The ER staff moved fast. Fall or attack? The nurse asked. Both, Sarah said, her voice breaking. X-rays showed the damage. Dislocated shoulder, 2 bruised ribs, a chipped tooth. Lucas took it all prodding, pain meds, a reset shoulder without a tear. Make sure it uploads, he told me through numb lips. I stepped into the hall, opened his YouTube app, and typed the title. Fake HOA cops assault disabled teen on his ramp caught on camera. No edits, just truth. It went live at 11:15 a.m. At first, it was just as usual VY Eurostat geeks, disability advocates, a few friends commenting, dude, you okay? Then exploded. By 1:30 p.m., a local blogger tweeted it. This happened in Missouri. A kid in a wheelchair thrown down by fake HOA goons. Watch this. By 2:15, News 4 St. Louis ran it. By 4 o'clock, CNN and MSNBC called for permission to air it. By 6 o'clock, it had 1.2 million VYUs. Lucas, asleep under hospital blankets, didn't see his phone glowing with notifications. New subscribers, donations, comments. This kid's braver than most adults. Where's the real law? Justice now. It wasn't just a VY Deo anymore. It was a firestorm. Reddit's front page, TikTok campaigns, Instagram reels. The justice for Lucas trended worldwide. Veterans, nurses, even ex-cops saw their own kids, their own fights in Lucas. The hospital room became a war room. Sarah read thousands of messages. Mike lined up a lawyer, and I fielded media from 3 continents. Lucas woke at midnight, blinked, and asked, "Is it VY Rel?" I grinned. Viral? You started a revolution. The next morning, a reporter showed up, her inbox flooded with demands for coverage. Your nephew broke the internet with courage, she said. Lucas, from his bed, agreed to an VYEW, but insisted, tell it right. Aired live at 7 p.m., it showed Lucas in his hospital bed, the VY Deo looping beside him. It wasn't just the brutality that hit hard, it was his defiance, bruised but still filming. By day 2, our house was a command center. The porch became a shrine, flowers, signs, a Girl Scout poster reading, Lucas's ramp bang freedom. We needed names, not just faces. Enter Mr. Callahan, a retired JAG officer with a buzz cut and a stare that could melt steel. He watched the VY Deo, jaw tight, and said, I'll find them. 36 hours later, he walked in with an envelope. Got names. Nathan Crowley and Ethan Vance. Crowley, 47, ran a failing roofing business, facing lawsuits and foreclosure. Vance, 44, was a fired mall cop with a rap sheet. Assault, impersonating an officer. They weren't HOA. They were nobodies in Dula 25 online badges, stitching community safety liaison on surplus vests, writing fake rules in binders. Ramps must comply with VY Civility Harmony. It was all a lie, and they'd used it to terrorize a kid. Callahan filed charges: assault on a disabled minor, impersonation, fraud, trespassing. He also launched a CIVYL suit. The DA opened an investigation, and police, once hesitant, poured over the VY Deo. He's resisting protocol became a meme, a scar, a rallying cry. Then Nathan Crowley came back. The next morning, he stood at our ramp, no vest, just a smirk and a cease and desist letter. You've made this a circus, he sneered. I'm protecting my reputation. Mike nearly lunged, but Sarah's voice cut through. Touch this ramp, and you'll face a judge in cuffs. Across the street, a news van filmed it all. Crowley froze, then fled. Lucas, watching from his chair, whispered, gotcha. Then came a knockout. A neighbor, Ms. Lorraine, a retired librarian, shared her ring cam footage. Clear audio, brutal VY Souls. Crowley saying, get rid of the eyesore, and Vance laughing. No one wants wheelchairs here. That aired on 60 Minutes, then everywhere. The no more pretending trended. Protests hit the courthouse. Lucas watched, whispering they can't hide now. The trial was electric. The courtroom overflowed families, veterans, advocates. Judge Eleanor Hayes, sharp and no-nonsense, presided. The DA, Monica Reed, played the VY Deo. The shove, the crack, Lucas's scream it silenced the room. Lucas raised his hand. "I'd like to speak." His voice was soft but unshakable. "This isn't just about me. It's about people thinking they can hurt those who can't fight back. They thought I'd stay quiet. They were wrong." The room shifted. Nathan's jaw twitched. Ethan's eyes welled. But Lucas held the truth. The jury took 6 hours. "Guilty on all counts," the foreman said. Ethan collapsed, sobbing. Nathan's face was stone, but his eyes were red. As cuffs clicked, Lucas looked away, refusing to let them steal the story. Outside, applause erupted. Lucas took a mic, unscripted. "Don't let uniforms fool you. Real power doesn't need a badge." The crowd roared. The power without badges was born. The aftermath was seismic. The county passed Ordinance 422, Lucas's law, banning fake enforcement. Schools used his VY Deo for ADA training. A ramp was built at City Hall, its plaque reading, "This exists because a 14-year-old reminded us what standing up means." Lucas didn't stop. He launched Rules My Way, a series exposing fake authority, mentoring others to film their truth. His toolkit, Camera Now, taught kids to document safely. Thousands downloaded it, changing lives. One night, on the porch, Lucas looked at the ramp. "It used to be my way in," he said. "Now it's my way through." His next VY Deo wasn't about the past. It was about the future. Because Lucas didn't just win. He gave power to those who'd been silenced. And that fire would burn long after the cameras left.